Ooh, we are live.
Oh, hey, live from Southern California. You are watching the North American Hockey Authority, presented by today'scalifornia.com. I'm Craig Campbell with today'scalifornia.com. I have in-house today with me Ed Heathouse. He is the AHL off-ice official for the Coachella Valley Firebirds, now in first place, by the way. Yay. And we have Charles McPike. We know him as Charlie the third, and he's engineering for us today in studio. So excited to have you guys. This is the way this works. We have different segments, and it's about a 30-minute show, and we are looking for interaction. Make sure you give us your comments. Let us know where you're watching from if you have any questions at all. Tell us who your favorite hockey team is, AHL, EHL, EHOL, NHL, whatever L you want to give. We'd like for you guys to participate in this. The way it works, we have these short-hitting segments. We always start off with something, but before that, let's just check in with you. What's going on, Ed? Tell me how your week has been going.
It's an absolutely beautiful day in Palm Desert, and we have a little rain coming tomorrow, which is unusual for us, but we should have a good week. Great weekend, lots of hockey to talk about. I'm excited to get this thing rolling.
Dude, you look great. Every time I see you, I just think you're getting younger, you're getting tanner and happier. And I think your teeth are growing back, too. I mean, you're smiling more. And
Right.
no, really, isn't he coming back after getting a little bit pounded by that?
Harry Potter that tooth back and like.
Yeah, we're still working on getting it back. My F's and S's are going to be screwed today. That's all right.
I know you guys don't think we're going to be talking about hockey, but we are. Hey, AC, thank you for joining us from Indio. I like it when the locals are here. That's very cool. Hey, Charlie, tell us what's going on with you, my friend.
It's a semi-cloudy day down desert. Well, like I said, I'm up desert. Ooh, that's right. I'm up desert. So I'm in Palm Springs, and it's, as you can see, kind of cloudy out my window. But we're hoping for some sun that you guys are getting down there in the Palm Desert.
You know, we're going to talk about hockey. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you there, Charlie. I just know that you're going to be shooting tonight, which is always cool. We have these really cool credentials. At least I do. You have to go pick yours up every day. It's not as fun. But we got these cool credentials to be able to get down on ice and shoot and get into the press conferences and do everything that we do as a media group here. It's just so fun, and I really enjoy our trifecta here as we get to talk about our favorite topic here on this show, North American Hockey Authority, hockey. Hey, Ed, why don't we start off with you? You know, we always start off with a little bit about history. It's kind of important, right? Like, where do we come from? How did hockey get here? And take it away. We're going to do a History Matters section.
Yeah, we're going to have our old buddy Peter Puck join us, and he's going to tell us about the legend of Rocket Richard. Richard, well, let's let Peter explain it. He's a Hall of Famer from the Montreal Canadiens. He precedes Gordie Howe. He played in the 50s, and Peter Puck comes to us courtesy of Pact Advertising in Toronto, and you can get your Peter Puck merchandise at www.peterpuck.ca. So let's take it away with the story of Rocket Richard.
All right, here is our Peter Puck, guys. We're going to be able to sit alongside and talk, but, here we go.
Oh, here's one of the all-time super stories, and it involved one of hockey's great, Maurice Rocket Richard, the dark-eyed demon who played...
That's a scary look.
Yeah, right.
In a Stanley Cup playoff against Toronto, Rocket Richard was a one-man skating rampage. To his opponents, his dark eyes seemed to blaze with fire. In the first period, but in the second, Richard rocketed it in for 3 goals. It was the hat trick with assists from the famous punchline. Oh no, that's not the finish. In the third period, he zapped me into the net for 2 more. Montreal 5, Toronto 1. Some folks saw it like this. Richard 5, Toronto 1. When the 3 top stars were honored, guess what? Yep, the Rockets got the triple honor from 12 stops.
Oh, no kidding. Has that ever happened? Triple award score?
And we're back.
Is that the first time that anybody's gotten all 3 stars?
Hey guys, I got no volume. How you doing?
We're doing fine. We can hear. So
got
we'll
no
just
volume
continue
at all.
on, Charlie. Let's continue on.
Restart your thing.
Keep
All right.
going. I'll just keep going. How about that? 5 goals? Those poor Maple Leafs. And this is a good time to point out, of course, that a natural hat trick is 3 goals in a row.
So Todd, I don't know. Can you hear
think
me?
he got
No,
He
his
can't
second.
hear us.
We're gonna have to do
trick,
something
but
about it.
I can't
Yeah.
hear anybody. This is not good, Charlie.
Yeah,
I
I
see
know.
your phone. Can you hear me?
Stop kidding. You know what? I'm
Hold
going
up
to take
2
some
fingers
off.
if
How
you-
about we continue?
There we go. Perfect.
There we
So
go.
so anyway, hey Charlie, I wanted to ask a little bit about the we got the hat trick. I missed how did the term hat trick get actually quantified? And then he went into the 5 points. And then is there a 5-pack or is there something? I've never heard of a 5 scoring game as a thing. Obviously we're going for hat tricks all the time. How did that come about? Do you know?
Yeah, that's a good question. Obviously, Ed's going to be the best authority on this, but I've only ever heard of a hat trick. I've never heard of any other special, like I think in bowling they call it, like if you get more than one, it's like a turkey or something.
Oh, right, exactly. Yeah, if you
can
get
you
the
hear
3
us, Ed?
stripes, right? You get a turkey with 3 stripes, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did I just log into the North American Bowling Authority?
No,
Well-
not yet. North American Hockey Authority. Are you back, Ed? You can hear us?
I'm back. Yeah,
Hey, we were just talking about a hat trick and how that actually got coined. We understand. We were talking about the 5-pack, but how did the hat trick actually? How did that term get coined? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Hey, well, that's something that we'll have to look up. Hey,
sounds
any of you guys watching there on the comments, and if you know how a hat trick actually got created or have a link, make sure you provide it for us so we can check it out because I'm totally curious now. A little trivia.
Tech is fun.
Somebody out there should be able to Google that for us.
I hope so. I appreciate that very much. Hey, the whole idea is elevating a collective hockey IQ, a little bit of memory, a little bit of different stuff. And I think Charlie likes himself down there. Look at that. I like it too.
Well, I'm just gets to be between
Moving
the
us
two of
around,
you.
man.
Yeah.
It's like getting us our exercise. I know you're on an exercise program. That's one way to get it done.
Yeah. Well, I got to get my clicks in. So
I know you got to get the clicks. I got to get my steps. Hey, do we have anything else on History Matters? That was very interesting. 5 goals. Was that the first time that had ever happened?
Well, in the Stanley Cup playoffs, it was.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Even more. I missed that part. That's even more spectacular. Wow, that's incredible.
That was a Stanley Cup. That was a Stanley Cup final game.
Hey guys, if you're joining us, you're watching the North American Hockey Authority from Southern California. I'm here with Ed Niehaus, our off-ice official for the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Charles McPike III, engineering down below with a big smile on his face. Love seeing you guys. So, hey, are we going to move to the next section? Are we ready at all, or what are you thinking?
I think we are. I was looking at the player movement this last week. The Seattle Kraken are the parent team for the local Coachella Valley Firebirds, sent Devon Shore down to Coachella. And to do that, they had to put him on waivers.
So we're going to talk a little bit about rules then. We're at a rules segment. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the up-down moving up. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I thought I'd mention that because there was a lot of confusion as to why he had to go on waivers before he came down here to Coachella Valley.
Mhm.
And literally, it's a rule that the NHL has in place to keep NHL teams from stockpiling their AHL teams with nothing but NHL talent. So when they send a player down like Devon Shore, he goes on waivers for 24 hours. That means any team in the NHL can claim him and sign him if they want to take over his salary.
Okay, so let me try to clarify. So some contracts allow for the player to move up and down without waivers. They can go from NHL to AHL, AHL back up. We see that with the Firebirds all the time. They come up, they go, and they come back down. You're saying that in some particular cases, the contract does not provide for it unless they're put on a 24-hour waiver, of which it's basically putting them on the chopping block for that 24 hours. And if nobody picks them up, then they can use them like an AHL player. And do they have to get a waiver each and every time they move them up and down, or is it one waiver for that particular season?
It's my understanding that it's the players with a two-way contract that have to do that. If you've
Gotcha.
got a one-way and you get paid your NHL salary no matter where you play, you don't have to do that.
I got you. Interesting. I had no idea. So
And
you're
then
telling
the way,
so
the way
every
the
time we
waiver-
move like a Drieger up to the NHL and he comes back down, he could get picked up by a team?
not Drieger, but Devin Shore definitely. Now I just off the waiver wire 5 minutes ago, I saw that Riker Evans had been reassigned to Coachella Valley. Now, whether last time they did that, it was a paperwork move to do some salary cap hijinks. I don't know if that's the case or not, but we'll find out tonight when warm-ups start whether we got Riker on the blue line with us
on the
tonight.
ice, yeah.
Yeah, it always takes a little bit of while for them to get inserted. I know we're talking about the Firebirds, which is cool because we're in that rule segment talking about them going up and down. I love our Firebirds, and of course, super exciting. You know, we're moving quickly. We're in first place now, as you know. Maybe we should just talk about the Firebirds since we're kind of here. We could come right back to
we can segue right into Firebird talk from here.
Let's
We
talk
got some
a bit
momentum.
about the Firebirds, and then we'll come back to Beak of the Week and continue on because the Firebirds are happening right now. First place. I mean, we've come from almost the basement, and we are on a roll. And I'm not really sure what the difference is, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit. You know, what's the difference with the Firebirds?
Momentum. The Firebirds have picked up points in all 5 of their previous 5 games, so that has sent them on a rocket ride up to first place because those 5 games were all played against teams that were above them in the standings. We beat Ontario, and we beat Texas, which is in another division, but and we beat Calgary at home as well. And we face Calgary tonight and tomorrow night in back-to-back games. So
Who's going to be in goal tonight? Do we know?
I believe Dustin Wolf is back. He joined Calgary on this road trip. They have been on the road, guys, since January 19th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's some laundry that probably needs to be done. I bet you these guys smell a little bit because literally they've been on the road, and then they've got tonight, tomorrow night here, then they go home. But Dustin Wolf,
it's showing because they're losing, and they were in first place, and they're dropping. I think the last I looked, they were in third. Of course, just a few points out, but momentum has shifted. I'm just wondering, do we know why, or is it just the nature of? Is it Dan? Is it the coaching? Is it,
I think
our goalkeeping? I know I've always said it's very important, but we've been very fortunate because we've actually had some sensational goaltending throughout this run with multiple goalies. But Stitzka's really done a great job. I mean, I'm quite impressed with us and our goal keeper lineup. When you think about all the way through Kraken on down.
Yeah, getting Drieger back from the parent club certainly helped a ton. I think that Morris has shown that he's not quite ready for the AHL, so he's back down in Kansas City now.
Are he and Jack both back down in Kansas City? Is LaFontaine still there?
No, LaFontaine, he, as far as I know, he hasn't come back from that injury he suffered.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Poor guy. All right, well.
Yeah, I thought Morris was small. I said that. I know he's probably still growing. I don't know how old he is. He's a young man.
Everybody looks small next to Stezzy.
Well, that's true. But it also just shows, maybe why he's more effective or at least at this point, more effective than Morris. The first time I saw him, I'm like, gosh, the guy's quick and fast. But then we got guys like Joey that are just as quick and fast, but they're a little bit bigger. And so I think, well, that's going to cover more net, end up with better percentage saves, and so on and so on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and up in the NHL, among goaltenders that have played 1,000 minutes or more, Joey is number 4 in the league in save percentage with a .921 save percentage. So he really has been lights out for the Kraken this year. And he's earned that number 1 spot.
And where are the Kraken sitting right now?
They're about 4 points out of the wild card going into the All-Star break. They've got a 10-day lapse of well, it's the All-Star break, so they had 10 days without a game to go visit their families, relax, try to heal a little bit, get their heads in a good place, and come back and wrap up a playoff spot.
Hey, when is our AHL All-Star game? Does it run in conjunction? Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. So we have the All-Star coming up, and we know that the All-Star game pretty exciting that we have it next year at the show.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You know what?
How fun would
Everybody
that
see
be?
the light bulb go on? Everybody see the light bulb go on?
Not really, but go ahead.
Riker Evans got reassigned to Coachella because the Kraken don't have any games for 10 days, and Riker was the All-Star selection for the Firebirds for the AHL.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this
there you go.
allows him to continue skating during the All-Star break, stay in shape, keep his head in the game, and it allows him to participate in the All-Star game next weekend in San Jose.
Revelatory, Ed. That's phenomenal. We like it. Charlie's happy too.
That was great.
I know.
I enjoyed
like
it.
Suddenly,
It's a lot
2
of
plus
fun.
2 is 4. And I know we're skipping around a little bit here, but Craig, you had asked about the Wranglers and this long road trip they've been on. They are currently tied for third place, and they're 4 points behind us, but they have 2 games in hand. So,
Right. So they're 2 games ahead of us. So who knows?
No, they have 2 games in hand, as in they're 2 games behind us.
Oh, they're 2 games behind us because usually the Firebirds are always the least amount. But we've been playing a lot of games in January and in February, catching up, I think, to the rest of the team. So yeah, 2 games behind. That could be anything. And of course, we're playing them twice. So here we go. I mean, let's have the playoffs here all over again. You know, I mean, we said it last year. Every time these 2 teams played, we felt like, you know, these could be the best 2 teams in the entire AHL, and then certainly in the Pacific Division and on our side. So how exciting!
The Wranglers have the reigning AHL goalie of the year, and Dustin Wolf back with them. He joined them during this road trip.
Well, you know what? I don't like that. We should do something about that. I'm not sure what, but he was tough. I mean, I remember watching him. Oh my gosh! I mean, that guy. You know, we just couldn't get a puck by him, and then of course went into overtime. And thank God they gave us that home game on the last playoff game, because I don't know. I don't think that helped them.
Well, it was certainly more exciting for us than the actual finals. I mean, Hershey was great and all, but we've been battling Calgary all winter. So
yeah, we were 4-4. Right, yeah. 8 games. We were tied, and I mean, you couldn't really get a better setup. And then every one of those games was a battle. Oh, Wolf, man, he's going to be tough. Yeah. I hope Drieger plays. It'd be really good to see him. I just want to win.
There's no doubt. I can't see a reason why Drieger would not be starting tonight. And Calgary played back-to-back games in San Jose last weekend, and Dustin Wolf played both games.
Wow.
One of them was a 3-0 loss. The San Jose Barracuda actually shut out the Calgary Wranglers 3-0.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. Last place team bites the former first place team.
Yeah, they beat us too, though. You know, we had the same problem. So, you know, sometimes you take these guys a little light, and next thing you know, they skate fresh and kick your butt. So that's the thing about hockey. I'm learning that, you know, it seems like, I don't know if it's like this in the NHL, but the AHL positions can change pretty quickly, like we've seen. I think it's just the momentum, the way it works, the flow up and down, right, of the rosters, all the different goalie sets. A lot of things happen, like Riker coming up, going down. All these things create so much dynamic within each team, and it just seems like we have a lot of movement in the AHL. I didn't necessarily see that much last year. It always seems like Calgary was just that on the top. And then it took us a while to kind of catch up. And then once we were 1-2 with them, it seemed like that was the way it was all year long. But to see Calgary go from 1 to 3 and us come from really 5th place, I think we were at 5th or maybe even 6th at one point, all the way to 1st.
We were not doing very well 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, you'd be good tonight if you could ask Dan. I mean, someone would probably ask the question, but what significantly has changed? And if nothing, then we just got to chalk it up to hockey.
Well, honestly,
Familiarity.
I think part of my question would be, what will you attribute? Because it's obvious that we are gaining momentum. The boys are playing better. Their cohesion, all of it. So I guess my question will probably be something along the lines of, what's creating this momentum? Is it simply that, they're becoming more comfortable and understanding where their fellow teammates are going to be at any given point on the ice? Because that's kind of what creates that, is they can predict where these players are going to be. That's how teams play better, in my humble opinion. Or is it just that the boys are feeling better in some way, or are they doing something different? So, maybe a little bit of both our question and your question.
Hey,
That's
guys,
a really long question, Charlie.
Well, you know what? You should ask Judd about how long his questions are, because he could really write mine for me.
I wonder if he uses AI. That's what I'm going to ask him. I'm like, you know what? You sound a little AI-ish there in your emotional setup of that question, because they're always so brilliant. I mean, to be honest,
they're good. But
they're
Judd and I spent a lot
intellectually.
of time. We've spent a lot of time together, Judd and I, at the games. So, I don't know. If he's using AI, he's being pretty sly about it.
That's true. That's true. Well, he only asked that. Well, he does a lot, but his main thing though is those questions at the end that are so important, and he has the whole opportunity to watch that game up above and really capture it. You and I are all over the place. We're shooting, and then maybe up top, and editing, even maybe missing some of the hockey, changing positions, and doing different things. So it's a different game for us. So it's really good to have Judd and Chad and all the other press people in there, because we have a great crew, to be honest, press crew. Out here in the Coachella Valley, we have so many different events. We've gotten used to the collection of media. We just got done with the American Express. We got the B&P, the richest tennis tournament in the world, ATP, WTA coming up soon. Galleria, another pro PGA Tour champion coming out here. And of course, we've got Acrisure Arena, which has all of these events that are happening, including our Firebirds, which is what we're talking about. Hey guys, if you just tuned in, we're watching the North American Hockey Authority. I'm with Ed Heathouse, off-ice official for the Coachella Valley Firebirds, AHL off-ice official. And we got Charlie down there in the bottom, doing a little bit of engineering and joining, of course, our panel. Tune in, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what your favorite hockey team is and what you're looking for. So, hey guys, we talked a little bit about Firebirds. You want to move on a little bit? Maybe Beak of the Week. I know you probably have something that you'd like to share there, Ed. You always have something on your heart.
I do. I'm gonna wrap up and put a little bow on the Firebird talk by mentioning that tonight is the beginning of a 7-game homestand for our Firebirds. It's the longest homestand of the year. So if you've ever wanted to go see them play, February is your month. Because
what a great idea. cdfirebirds.com. You can pick up tickets there. Of course, StubHub also has secondary tickets. I'm not really sure what you can find directly off of Firebird.
Directly off of Firebirds, I think sends you through Ticketmaster, has been my experience, but other people might find StubHub, but the secondary market is out there. So,
biggest challenge, you have a lot of fees on there, but it's worth watching hockey. If you haven't seen it, bring your family, or, even if you just have nothing to do yourself, head on out, because it's a community out there in the arena. It's a lot of fun. People are entertaining, and of course, if we're winning, it's even better. I'm sorry.
Right, so
AC got us with the website for where to pick up tickets.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. AC, man, we're going to keep you on our show and help us out a little bit. That'd be awesome.
AC, you're on the payroll, baby. Make sure you're here next week at 11:30.
Maybe we're going to need to bring you in, AC. We're going to talk to you maybe offline and see if we can work something out. What do you think? Oh, he's happy.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we put the little bow on Firebird talk, and we're going to branch into the segment that we normally call Beak of the Week. But I'm doing kind of a reverse chirp this week. In hockey, you have reverse hits where one guy goes to hit another guy, and the guy who was supposed to get hit actually hits the guy harder than the original hit was intended to be. It's called a reverse hit. Well, this is a reverse chirp this week, because after
I'm totally confused, but I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm in the corner with the puck, and Craig, you're going to hit me, and you skate toward me, and you hit me, and I hit you back harder than you hit me.
I got you.
And you end up on the ice. That's a reverse hit.
I got it. I just call that a bad play and a bad check, but I got you.
So this is a reverse chirp in that a year ago, the LA Kings unceremoniously traded their all-time premier goaltender to the Columbus Blue Jackets for virtually nothing. The Columbus then traded him to the New York Rangers. And just last week on January 20th, so 2 weeks ago on the 20th,
Yes.
the Rangers came to LA for the first time since Quick started playing for them. A quick side note on that. Quick won his first 5 games as a Ranger. First Ranger goalie to ever do that. But when Quick got back to LA, the Kings did a wonderful welcome back tribute to Jonathan Quick. And I think, Charlie, we got a clip of that, don't we?
I do. Give me just a moment.
Not a problem. It's Jonathan Quick's return to LA, and how he didn't get as emotional as I did is beyond me.
Reverse chirp.
Reverse chirp. All right, guys. So here he is coming onto the ice.
All right.
The goaltending franchise leader in games played, wins and shutouts, as well as the Kings single-season record holder in every goaltending category. A 2-time Jennings Trophy recipient, the 2012 Conn Smythe Trophy winner, a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, and simply put, the best to ever protect the net for your LA Kings. Number 32, Jonathan Quick!
Wow.
As many times as I've seen that, I still get a tear.
That's pretty impressive. They all the accolades. Oh man. And simply put, the best to ever play for your LA Kings.
Yeah. Imagine being in the Kings net looking across the ice at that before the game started.
Oh my God.
But it lit a fire under him. It was the kid that played for Ontario who shut us out, who's up there with them now. And the name escapes me, but in the For What It's Worth department, the Kings did win 2-1.
And just so you know, the AHL affiliate is the Ontario Reign. They're in the Pacific Division, right up the road, a good hour from us, but they are kind of our crosstown rival. We call them our I-10 rivalry. And, they always bring a contingent down. I know I digress, but it's kind of what we're due here. But it's neat to see them. The Reign are the Kings AHL affiliate. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes. Thank you for doing that, Craig. So they also had an opportunity to talk to a couple of the Kings players about what it was going to be like to face Quickie in a game situation at home. And I think we can roll that clip whenever you're ready, Sir Charles. All right, did you guys lose?
Drum roll.
Everybody here? Drum roll, please.
Ed? Oh, I don't know. Charlie's not moving. Oh, there he is. Charlie, can you hear it?
I think we lost Charlie.
I think we lost our engineer. That's fantastic. So,
well, let's just continue along then. We don't need that.
Going to.
Good.
Oh, there he goes.
Like I'm sad that I'm playing against him because I always thought we'd be together forever. But at the same time, we're trying to make this a great road trip, and we're going to do everything we can to get as many pucks as we can by him. We know how fired up he'll be, and we'll know how important getting bodies in front of him and playing well against him will be tonight. So, like I said, it's bittersweet, but we're going to do everything we can to win.
Is there any advantage for you knowing how he plays where you could pick your shots tonight?
Well, yeah, I guess. Like, we know, if call weaknesses. I guess we know his weaknesses, but he also knows where we all shoot because he worked out against us in practice forever. So it's going to be maybe a little bit of a mind game and breakaway or something like that. But I mean, the easiest way for us is to get ball front. That's everybody's weakness, is when they can't see the puck. So.
All right.
We thought we lost you there, Charlie. We were worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Spectrum cut out yesterday for about 4 hours, so I was kind of worried about today. But we're just
only lost you there for a second. It wasn't too bad. We were thinking about what we're going to do. We're going to restructure your contract, but you're back.
Hey, by the skin of my teeth.
We had AC on the phone, just in case.
Yeah, we were working on it. Yeah, we were elevating our game without you. We have to, because there'd just be a big spot there if you stuck like this.
So the Kings ended up winning that game 2-1. So Quick only gave up 2 goals, but his counterpart in the net for the Kings only gave up 1. So nice 2-1 win for the Kings over the Rangers that evening on Jonathan Quick's homecoming. And how about that arena announcer announcing Jonathan Quick's name? Oh my! I thought that was just absolute beauty.
Reminded me of the Bulls back in the 90s.
Yes.
I wonder, did they practice? Did they work it out? Did they go, hey, honey, I'm going to do a few things? Do you do it in the mirror? Or do you just go for it?
We'll have to get Jason Hernandez, the arena announcer for Acrisure at our home games, on a remote, and we can ask him just that.
I like it. And in fact, the invite's out there right now. We just gave it to you here on the North American Hockey Authority. Come join us. And
I'll see you tonight, Jason. So I'll ask them too as well.
Please invite him in. I think it'd be fantastic. And someday, Evan Pivnik, the voice of the Coachella Valley Firebirds, I'd love to have him here because his voice is so soothing. You know what I mean? I mean, he just articulates so well that I really need him on this show.
Evan Pivnik is hands down the best announcer in the American Hockey League.
Yeah, we're going to get him if we keep working with him. Yeah, maybe we should just have an Evan Pivnik section where we just talk about all of those wonderful attributes, and maybe we could even show some of his audio. Don't know. Hey, guys, you're watching the North American Hockey Authority. I'm Craig Campbell with todayscalifornia.com. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We are in our studios in Southern California, each of us in our different locations, but we are here in the Coachella Valley. I got Ed Heathouse, our off-ice hockey official. He is with the Coachella Valley Firebirds, AHL. And, of course, Charles McPike III down below in his wonderful nest there, engineering below. And we got AC also joining us. We appreciate him. He's been commenting all along, and you guys are more than welcome to also participate. Let us know where you're watching from if you have any questions at all. So keep it up, AC. We're in. Oh, he's going. He's still going to go.
Yeah, she's been.
I know you said she. I said he. I appreciate that.
Yeah, she's been coming up a storm.
Yeah, thank you for correcting.
She's a California sports enthusiast, so you know what? We're in good company, guys.
Hey guys, Speak of the week. We've done our Firebird talk. You know what? We're getting to point counterpoint. One of my favorite things because we get to, I don't know, show you our own opinion. A little bit of who knows? Might break out into a little bit of a brawl. Maybe not. What do we got?
Don't make me drop the gloves. Don't make me drop the gloves. But today's point counterpoint is. You all know how I feel about the shootout that ends hockey games.
You love it. It's your favorite thing.
I absolutely. You know what? I love Brussels sprouts. I don't love the shootout by any stretch of the imagination.
Did you just admit that you love Brussels sprouts?
I do. I do. I mean,
yeah, I'm kind of understanding the dating life now. I don't know, man. I don't know if those things are going to get you going. Brussels sprouts.
So Alexander Kuznetsov from the Washington Capitals has completely turned the shootout that settles the game after overtime into a 3-ring circus. And I say because of guys like him, we either implement a shot clock or we find another way to end hockey games, because he's made a mockery of the sport. And well, hell, let me show you a clip, and then you can see what I'm talking about here.
All right, so here's our clip, right? This is what we're talking about.
All right, we got the Washington Capitals versus the Calgary Flames. New Evgeny Kuznetsov shootout attempt dropped, so you know what that calls for. Yes, we're actually going to get a shot clock going here because these shootout attempts take forever. Let's start it right now. He glides out to the right, doesn't even take a stride, begins to stick handle, and he slowly crawls his way to the net, and he gets about a foot from the top of the crease and just goes straight to his forehand for the world's longest successful shootout attempt. Now, every single time Kuznetsov scores this shootout goal, it drives some fans absolutely nuts about getting rid of the shootout. And all right, we got the Washington Capitals versus.
Wow.
There we go.
So what are you thinking? What type of clock would you put on there to slow that? I mean, to not have 10 seconds. What do you think it needs to what has to happen?
I'm saying from the time you pick up the puck, you have 5 seconds to get your shot off.
Interesting.
It needs to be something that simulates game speed, because there's absolutely zero pressure on the player, in my opinion. And all the pressure is on the goaltender, who is just constantly having to shuffle and reshuffle. And when a guy's going that slow, you can't really match his speed, so it's hard to play an angle on him. It's not a natural hockey move, is what I'm saying.
Well, and also, why not go 25 seconds? If you really want to make it extreme, if there's no shot clock, then you could really, I'm just saying, I mean, why not use that? So here you are, you're the last shootout guy, you got the Calder Cup on the line, and you just skate around for 52 seconds, wear out the goalie, and then go score.
No,
Right,
because
the Calder Cup, overtime would go.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake on the Calder Cup, but you still get the point. That when it really matters, it could get even worse than 9 seconds. Is what I'm saying. No shot.
No, because you can't skate backwards. You have to.
I got it. I understand.
Forward. So you can't. You couldn't do that.
Right. But although you saw how slow he was going, he could go even slower. I mean, he could just chip. All I was saying is it reinforces the shot clock idea, because it could even be worse. 12 seconds, 14, it could be worse. And that would be bad. I mean, 10 was already a long time. And you saw that goalie just squeezing tighter and tighter and tighter, trying to hold that position. He was getting lower and lower as the guy was coming in, but it didn't help him.
I'm squirming in my chair because I know exactly what he was squeezing too.
Yeah.
That's just not a pretty.
Thank you.
Pretty sight. So I say we get rid of the shootout. I say just can it completely.
Yeah.
At least go with the 5 second shot clock at center line and makes pressure. He's got to skate down there to get that off. There's no lollygallon to the right. Then step toeing in. Your shootout, what it's called, like a breakaway. It's kind of what we want.
Right. I say we go 3-on-3 the way we've been going, but there has to be, right now in the NHL with 3-on-3, when the team has possession, they hold possession of the puck for 2 minutes of the 5. And they will circle out of the zone. They'll go all the way back behind their own net and change bodies up and hold on to the puck. I almost think we need an over and back rule like basketball has, where once you cross the center red line, you can't go back across it again, or you lose possession.
Yeah, it used to be like the old time. Remember basketball, where the team that couldn't score and the game would be like 4-2 because they would just hold the ball the entire time. I mean, Charlie maybe not remember this, but prior to shot clocks in college specifically, you'd have the number one team would play a team that that they would normally win by 35 points. So what they would do is they would hold the ball for the entire half.
You mean just like dribble around?
The entire half. They would take one shot in a half. This happened regularly. Yeah.
That's
how you beat them. They would win like 3-2 or 6-4, because they never gave the ball up. They just
you just needed to make your scores, and then that was it.
Right, and then you give it to them, and they would tie you up, and then you would do it again. I mean, literally, I think sometimes there were 3 or 4 shots in a half, and it was really brutal. And of course, they changed that with shot clocks, and I'm happy about it.
How would they rate players? How is there? What statistics do you follow when you dribbles?
Yeah,
I think Craig is older than me. I don't remember this.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was a
How
good strategy,
old are you?
and especially college. I am Benjamin Button. I'm working backwards.
Working backwards. Yeah, that's
All right, well,
that's an interesting part of history. I never knew that, but I knew there had to be a time. I mean, we've been covering history in hockey when when they put players in the same penalty box, which seems absolutely ridiculous now. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, let them go at it for 2 minutes in the penalty box. I mean, that makes more sense to me. Forget the sitting down and relaxing. I'd say, hey, look, you guys want to go at it for 5 minutes? Go for it.
Oh my God, the penalty box is a little mini octagon.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
Let's go, man. We could have betting and everything in there. I mean, this is a whole another revenue stream.
They throw the skate guards on and they let them go at it.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Keep the helmets on just so nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up this point counterpoint by seeing if Charlie has a clip about what the Great One thinks about this.
I do. The Great One.
Is that Wayne Gretzky? The Great One?
Yeah.
There's only one.
There is only one. All right, here he goes.
If somebody would have did it against us, 20 guys on our team would have went over the boards. You got to protect the goalies, right? It should be a time clock, 8-9 seconds. If you can't get there in 8 seconds, you don't deserve to be taking the shot.
All right. I like it. Shootout shot clock.
I think we're all in agreement that at least the shot clock would be a initial answer. I mean, just like baseball, where they finally stopped that pitcher from, spending whatever it was, a minute, when that, and the batter's got to sit there and wait, and all of a sudden the pitcher just throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. But no, they got to hurry up. They got to hustle. They got to get the pitch up there. A little more pressure on that pitcher.
It's such an unnatural part of regular hockey because it's like something you do with your friends, like on the pond or something, that if they're going to continue to have it, the pressure should be on the shooters, not on the goalie. The goalie should have the advantage.
He's got his own pressure anyway.
He's already been playing 60 straight minutes.
And how about this? If you go past say you go past 9 seconds, then let the goalie come out of the crease and attack the player. Then we'll play. Because that's the only way the goalie could survive that is, if he's skating around for 10 or 11 seconds, is to come out wider, to come at him a little harder. And that way it forces him to have to do something. So give something back to the goalie. So I'm with the Great One on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm still solidly in the camp of let's just throw the whole shootout out.
Well, we can just roll into peeve of the week. Maybe that's your peeve, but I think you have something else in store for us this week. You're always got something on your mind. I know how cathartic this show is for you, Ed. You get to share your feelings and talk to us, and we always appreciate it. So, Ed's peeve of the week.
You might be the first human beings I've talked to in about 48 hours. So, yeah, this is very cathartic for me. And this last weekend almost killed me. And my peeve of the week is, after one of the most sensational seasons ever, my Detroit Lions absolutely mailed in a horrific second half after having a 2-touchdown lead at halftime.
North American Football Authority.
It just, oh my God. How do you blow a 17 freaking point lead? You do it by going for things on 4th down instead of kicking field goals. I just fried. Thanks, Lions. Never won a championship in my lifetime. Let's throw this chance away. I'll see you in 30 years.
I would tell you it's really difficult, although, to score 17 points with the way the NFL is and these quarterbacks and these teams, they can do that. You know, we know that these teams can put up 30 points, you know, quickly in half. So it's doable. However, if you literally have a 17-point lead going into and you only have 2 quarters, you have such a huge advantage in so many respects. And you only have to take a couple of chances and you're up 24. Or like you said, kick the field goal, you're up 17. It just puts or 20, it puts so much more pressure on these teams. Just shocks me to see them let that game disappear and move forward. But I'm glad to see I think it's a good lineup, 49ers and Kansas City, in my personal opinion. I'm pretty happy about it.
Sorry for your lines there.
All right, well, I got that off my chest, and I want to take one moment and thank Beth and Navy Commander Mark for my most excellent Lions shirt because
that's a very nice one.
Yeah, they took me out for my birthday, and
I thought you had that up on
real
eBay.
nice.
I thought you were selling that on eBay. I saw that on your.
No, sir. No. You know what? Okay, I'm not that. I'm mad at him, but I'm not letting go.
That's what we love about you, Ed. Is
a little shout out to the Costa Mesa Mustangs as well. The team hasn't been around for 20 years, but still wear the jersey with pride.
Wow, Costa Mesa Mustangs.
Guys, we've had such a great time. We've had such fun with you, and I appreciate you, Ed, giving us your peeve and sharing. Charlie done such a great job getting us together. You know, we're 20 miles apart, you know, 3 different cameras going. We got all kinds of things happening. Actually 4, because there's a microphone on top of a 4th one. And pretty flawless today. A little bit of blips here and there. But
Spectrum held up their end of the deal. So
other than Ed disappearing, and Charlie's, and you know, we did okay.
Yeah, well, maybe we need to talk to Spectrum. Maybe if they were advertising with us, they get their coverage would be better.
There's a future peeve regarding Spectrum.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
We appreciate it. Hey, we're going to reach out to you. Charlie's going to reach out to you some way and see if somehow we could get her on the show. What do you think, Charlie?
Yeah, she seems like a wealth of knowledge. She apparently worked for the 49ers way back in the day when they were a dynasty.
Well, there we go.
Long-time, multiple disciplined California sports fan.
Awesome.
Craig Campbell for today's California.com. You've been watching North American Hockey Authority at Heat House, and Charlie McPike III joining us. Hey, guys, we'll be back at you next Wednesday at noon, but look for the replay. We'll be replaying this a little bit later today and throughout the week as well. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you add your comments because we're at them as well. We're going to respond to them. We love your interaction. AC, thank you for joining us today along with everybody else. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Toodles. Be good humans.